Sioux City is home to several museums, and in just a few weeks, folks will have a new exhibit to experience. Tim joins me now with all the exciting details. Tim?
Indeed, Sophie. Back in 1944, there was a 1-mile stretch of Sioux City's West 7th Street that included 22 Jewish businesses.
Wow.
But since then, the local Jewish community has continued to decrease. In this week's Siouxland story, a first look at a local project that will provide a new understanding of the Holocaust, bringing Siouxlanders face to face with the consequences of hate and unchecked evil.
The horrific 1940s history of railroad boxcars used by the Nazis to transport European Jews as part of the final solution is well documented. Millions of Jews face deportation and death. Beginning next month, that history will have a new home at the Sioux City Railroad Museum. After more than 3 years of work, Holocaust Rail's Desperate Passage, a project of Sioux City's Tolerance Week organization, opens to the public on May 3rd.
To see it finally all being pulled together here in the last couple of weeks it's very amazing, and we're all still, every time we walk in, we're happy with what we see.
It's a roughly $1 million project, centered around a replica rail car where visitors will be surrounded by the voices and images of Holocaust survivors, the darkness and confinement ever present.
Oh, absolutely. Not room to sit down, one bucket for the facilities. Yeah, it's all a part of the lesson.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of students from across Siouxland have traveled to Sioux City to experience Tolerance Week. This permanent museum exhibit provides a new resource for the project.
It just kind of was a spark that took off, and we've had really generous support with time and money, and it's going to be fabulous for the community.
Sadly, the Sioux City Jewish community is getting smaller and smaller. I hope that students and families who visit the exhibit learn at least one thing that they didn't realize about the Holocaust, and take the time to think about how, when evil is unchecked, how quickly things can disintegrate.
Really, it's filling in the blanks, and the lessons are so important because they can be applied to a lot of the things that are going on today. Labeling, generalizing, treating people because of a certain way because of their label. All of that education is here.
The project is being completed with mostly local donations and a small workforce amassing thousands of man-hours.
You know, you start with ideas and concepts and drawings and chatting.
We're trying to get these projectors mounted here today to provide a little engagement inside the car there. These will be projecting shoe prints of people that were inside the car.
The images, faces, words, and places keeping the story of systematic state-sponsored persecution and murder of 6 million European Jews by the Nazi German regime ever present, even as fewer Holocaust survivors are able to share their story.
The little girl in the banner as you enter stole my heart. I would love to know her story, if she survived or not, but she's kind of been haunting me since the beginning of this project.
It's been a very heavy, emotionally heavy project for everyone involved.
Now, that exhibit will include 75 different survivors. The story of those survivors included. Again, the museum, the Railroad Museum, I should say, opens up May 4th. It's open Wednesday through Sunday. Make sure to check their hours, though. And the exhibit we just showed you, a Holocaust exhibit included inside the Railroad Museum.
Really neat how they made it so immersive, and like they said, and like you said, it's unique to be able to hear from people who survive, because that number is getting smaller and smaller as the years go on.
And it's been done by local people. It's amazing, the work that they've done. Folks will be really surprised.
Good stuff. Thanks, Tim.